legitimacy of the platform. But I must say, I see it a little bit different from that. I think that the World Water Forum is a platform that has important merits. It probably also has some shortcomings, we can talk about that too, but I think it's an important platform which is mostly, the use of it is mostly defined by the people who participate in it. It is very diverse, it is very broad, worthwhile for everybody in the water sector to come there. And allegations of bias, I don't see a strong bias in the way that the World Water Forum is set up. Of course, an event as big as that can always be improved. I don't want to talk about logistics and all that, but when it comes to the programming of the sessions, well, yes, it would of course be welcome if the diversity of the water sector as a whole would be reflected also in the way that sessions are organized. I know that the organizers have made an effort to have a broad and inclusive process. I think that process turned out to result in a good program for the World Water Forum, but I think still the process itself, it can be fine-tuned and improved. One of the most interesting conversations I had at the World Water Forum was with a gentleman from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, who was explaining the work of the Gates Foundation in water, sanitation and hygiene, the area in which we also work with them. And he was explaining about the focus of the foundation on achieving results. He was talking about the importance to the foundation of not just achieving immediate results, but also achieving sustainable results, of addressing problems that we are facing in the agenda of reaching full coverage and sustainable services to everybody in this world. It was a very interesting conversation because I noticed that the Gates Foundation was not fleeing away from difficult questions about sustainability, but they were very interested in funding programs that would tackle these problems right from where they are. It was very stimulating, therefore, because our water sector worldwide has quite a few serious challenges, and having this conversation and knowing that the foundation has this focus on solving things in the long term was very, very stimulating. One of the most interesting groups, at least that I visited, one of the sessions that I visited was the one on transparency and anti-corruption in the water sector. I believe that is a very important topic. Anti-corruption and transparency are issues that IRC strongly relates to. We have always given importance to that topic. There was a session organized by a number of organizations, mostly the Water Integrity Network and Transparency International. IRC participated in the preparation of that. I think there were important messages given out there. I think that it was an important session to highlight the importance of the anti-corruption drive in the water sector in particularly. And I think it was a helpful session in putting that higher on the agenda, in asking the attention of groups in the water sector, business, but others as well, for the importance of anti-corruption in the water sector. And I think it was a very worthwhile session. The World Water Forum was very useful for IRC. IRC is in the vanguard of developing thinking, of developing concepts in a number of the areas that were prominently on the agenda. I already mentioned anti-corruption. I would also like to mention gender in water. I would like to mention multiple use services. I would also like to mention finance. I would like to mention capacity development, and there is even a number of other ones in which IRC participated in the preparation, was sometimes one of the co-conveners, and in all cases of the ones that I mentioned, we have had input in, with materials that were used for the preparation of the sessions. I believe that such sessions, especially together with other partners in the water sector, are an important outlet for the thinking that we develop in IRC, the concepts that we develop and which we hope that are useful and helpful to the water sector and to other organizations. And in that way, the setup of the World Water Forum, doing the sessions together with partners, has been very, very instrumental for what IRC wants to convey in terms of messages to the sector. I believe that the World Water Forum as a whole was a very good platform for debate on the political and policy side of things that are happening in the water sector, the water and sanitation and hygiene sector, I should say. I believe that it was not so much the official political process in which ministers and what have you participated in closed circuit meetings, roundtables or what have you. I don't want to take away from the importance of such sessions, but I believe that the real practitioners, people like you and me, who are working in the water sector on a daily basis, that we need to discuss the policy side, that we need to discuss the political side, and I think that the whole World Water Forum was a very, very good platform to do that. It is my conviction that the real political and policy debate took place in the sessions, and not so much in the official political arena. I believe that the consensus that emerges in sessions among practitioners in the organizations will eventually, what I call, trickle up in organizations and reach the policy decision-making level from the bottom up to the top. And I believe that therefore the participation in sessions, in the debate that was going on there, in the longer term will have a more lasting impact on political decisions than beautiful statements that were made at the end of the ministerial conference, without wanting to diminish in any way the importance of that. But I believe that the more important process was the one in which the much larger group of practitioners participated in the sessions.